Hi there, welcome once again. Stembiso Pagati is your host. We are the Single Dads Network. This is Single Dads Unplugged Season 6. We are all about building bonds between fathers and their kids and ensuring that we bring the generational cycle of stereotypes. With me today is Caleb Ogagba. And
Yes,
welcome once again, my brother. We had a good chat last time.
yes, we did.
And I enjoyed that little conversation. Welcome officially to the Single Dads Network.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself to our network and to our followers and viewers, who you are, where you come from, and how you get associated with the network.
My name is Caleb Ogagba, and I am a son, an entrepreneur, and a basketball player, photographer. The list goes on.
Yeah, I like that.
And how I came to meeting Ste and the Single Dads Network was we had an event, the BFR, Building
yes.
Family Relations, and
Yeah.
that's where we started talking and getting to
Yeah.
know everything, like what is the Single Dads Network about, and how is it
I remember
bringing
now.
yes all that bringing
Yeah.
change to our
We had
society.
lunch together. We
Yes.
also had extended conversation during lunch. I remember that.
Yeah.
But tell us a story around the history and between your father and yourself, and the relationship, and then eventually finding other social fathers to assist you in your upbringing. Maybe tell us about that.
Okay. My dad has a very big role
Okay.
in South Africa, especially as a Nigerian. He was one of the first Nigerians to come to South Africa
Oh, many years ago.
many years ago,
Okay.
and he's been a spiritual leader
Yeah.
to multiple different people.
Yeah.
You can imagine from the minute he stepped foot in South Africa, winning souls and everything,
Yeah,
and
I
being
can
a
imagine.
spiritual leader to
Yes.
and a spiritual father to so many people.
Yeah.
So my relationship with him began obviously when I was born,
Sure.
being in under his household, under his leadership, under his authority, and really like learning to see like I saw him as an example of God in my
Sure.
life.
Wow.
And when I grew of age to fully understand, I noticed there was a difference
Okay.
between the God we know in the Bible. Because like when you're kids, you believe your parents are perfect.
Yeah.
You believe they're superheroes, they're amazing. But
Yes.
then you learn that, wait, okay, actually they have faults.
Yeah.
And the faults is not something they willingly show to
Sure,
you or they
sure.
explain to you.
And they got blind spots.
It's like a blind spot, and you notice this and you're like, okay, what is happening here?
Yeah.
I thought he was like this, and
Yeah.
and that's when like your perception starts being built, and the relationship for me started with knowing that okay, he is a human being dealing
Sure.
with his own faults
Yes.
also. But even though like my mom gave me this example this morning, like Moses in the Bible, although he had a close relationship with God, there were times where he got angry. Right, and
Correct.
through the tablets of stone on the ground and broke them. You know, like as human beings, we have our faults, and that's what I noticed about my dad growing up. And those faults will get to me. And I remember even in the event, Danny mentioned that it's so funny how life is wired this way, where you become your father. Right, so those
Because we want to emulate those kinds of leaders in a family setting.
Yes.
It's a natural thing for a child to emulate a father.
yeah.
And the question is, if the father isn't present emotionally, who do you emulate and who do you copy? And because especially boys, the resemblance,
Yeah.
we always want to see who do I look like and who do I resemble.
True.
Yeah.
And stating that just reminded me of times where people say I look like my dad. I was like, no, I don't want to look like my dad. Because
Yeah.
when you look like him, you're telling me that I am him. I'm like exactly like him.
yeah.
And that's something I wanted to run away from because the way I saw him was not the superhero I used to know.
But what changed? You keep saying that,
Yeah.
that he must have evolved to something that you didn't either like or expect. What changed, and when did it change?
I believe it started changing once I hit 13.
Okay.
Like I started getting into
a
high
teenager.
school, still newly a teenager.
Yeah.
What I noticed is that it seemed like he was always more angry.
Wow.
I think there were certain things he was dealing with the church and
At that
certain
time.
pastors and everything, certain things not going his way.
Was he angry at you, at everyone, or just you in the family?
I feel like it was everyone. It was more of something got to him, and this is his only way of releasing it. It was not like he was abusive or anything. It's like when you do a little thing wrong, it becomes a big thing.
Big thing.
And it's like when you want to explain your part, it's like you're disrespecting him.
Yo.
But because you know the way the relationship goes like that, it's like we look at the father. I looked at my dad and noticed that, okay, no, there's something happening. And when I look to my mom, I'm like, okay, mom, what is happening? And my mom is always like nurturing, kind,
Yes.
loving.
Yes.
I'm like, how is she able to deal with all this hardness? My dad was hard.
Okay.
I believe also from his upbringing, like I stated in the event,
Yeah.
like he grew up in a household where, like there's a period of time where he lived with his older sister,
Okay.
and in him living with his older sister, what happened was they treated him like a slave, like the servant of the house while he was the brother. They made him clean after the kids. They made him cook. They made him sell things. They made him, before he even goes to high school.
Serious.
At that young age, he's doing all those things for them. And when he cooks, they don't even allow him to touch the meat in the pot. I remember him stating that once, and I'm like,
So you had a lot of baggage and traumatic history.
Yeah.
But how did your relationship evolve after that? I'm sure there must have been some distance, emotional distance.
there was a lot of emotional distance to cover,
after
especially.
that, yeah.
And
So did it just keep on opening up and expanding, or did you find each other again much later?
it kept on opening up until I noticed that no, I don't wanna carry my history
Yes.
into my future. So if I want to heal from the traumatic experience I have faced in my life, I need to actually go forward and address those situations, right?
And then how old were you at that point?
Was the first time I spoke to my dad, I think I was 23.
Wow. Since like when you were 13?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like 10 years
It's
later.
a long time ago.
Because every time, like when you're young, you don't know how to articulate yourself without angering the next person. Because you'll try say things as blunt as they are.
You want to be less safe and
Yeah.
be on the good side.
On the good
I would
side.
imagine, yeah. So when you spoke to him eventually at 23, who initiated the conversation?
I did.
You did.
Yeah. But my mom helped because like
As well.
there were times where I'll talk to my mom like she'll ask me why is this happening, why is that happening, then I'll explain because of 1, 2, 3. But like we realized that it would be nice for our dad to be more present emotionally and with us, like encourage us, because like how can I go into the world with confidence knowing that my dad doesn't even look at me, doesn't even talk to me?
Yeah. So during when you were 13 to 23, was there a father figure in your space as a family that you could talk to during that time?
The first person that I looked up to as some sort of a father figure was my eldest brother.
Ah, okay.
Because like I used to imitate everything he does.
Okay.
Because I also used to look like him, so I was like, I'd rather look like him,
than your
because than my dad. Even though we both look like my dad.
Yeah.
And in that, like when
so he played a father figure as well.
Yeah, he did.
At that point.
He did.
Okay. Now, tell us what happens after you engage with him and have a conversation. How did that go for you?
So, after engaging with him, I then realized that there's so much ego and so much pride within a man that you need to find a way to like calm it first, like stroke it a bit, then before you are able to engage with the person. And I noticed that
So to go through that hurdle.
you have to go through that hurdle. If you poke the ego, you're gonna get the
resistance,
the
yeah.
resistance. But that's what I've been learning with talking to him. I need to be smart with my words
Yeah.
and select words that won't get into him.
I understand.
You know?
I understand. So the conversation happened, and then I'm sure not everything was solved at that one point.
it wasn't.
I can just imagine. But how did you then suddenly, or hopefully gradually build the relationship, or it just went worse after that?
Okay, with me, like I usually always like tend to step back and think about, okay, what could I have said better? What could I have like just reiterate everything that I've done or everything that I've said? How did this affect him?
Yes.
Then notice, okay, in order for me to move forward with him, I need to find out, okay, what does he like doing also? Like recently, we had a preaching together. We sat down and we preached together. It was
At the church?
At the church.
Oh, really?
I felt like
That's
that was
amazing.
like one of the biggest steps I ever took.
It's a good bonding moment.
Yeah. And
Okay.
in that, it just made me open up to see, no, he's also healing. He's also there's the
also
wounded boy
healing.
within him.
Yeah.
And understanding how to reach for that wounded boy and also bring him to through the journey of healing also that is also something that we
How do you define your relationship today? So having gone through those stages, hurdles and accomplishments and difficulties, how would you describe it today?
I believe all relationships are like a work in progress. Nothing
Of
just
course.
happens immediately. But I feel like today we are in more of an understanding than we used to ever be. I feel like whenever I have something I want to say,
Yeah.
I now that I know him much more better,
Yeah.
I'm able to address it properly. I'm able to talk about it properly. I'm able to step back and also swallow my pride and my ego because every man has an ego.
Of course.
So if I don't
We are
address
wired like that.
we are.
Do you believe he knows you, he understands you better now
Yes, better.
as well?
I'll-
As a
I'll-
man,
I'll
because
say-
you're a man now, not
Yeah.
a boy anymore.
True.
Yeah. So how has this changed the relationship between him and other brothers now that he's close to you? Because I met one of your brothers. the
Yes.
other day.
Yeah, my brother
He's
Josh.
a cool guy, Josh.
Yeah.
Has his relationship with your brothers changed in some kind of way?
I feel like it's still a work in progress because my brother is not a social type
Yeah,
of person.
he's
He's
very
reserved.
So,
So like in order for my dad to reach out to him, he has to literally take the first steps and
but
swallow.
not your brother. Yeah.
But yeah, my brother is not the person to want to
Yeah.
initiate.
Yeah.
initiate.
Are there wounds, visible or not visible, that you believe you still carry with you because of that void over those 10 years that you want to talk to us about?
Yes.
Things that you still have to work on.
Of the number one wound that I realize is the abandonment and feeling rejected. It may not be something where he physically said, "Get out of my house. You can never eat here. You can never sleep here
Not
anymore."
that, yeah.
But like just
Emotional abandonment.
just emotional abandonment, and it made me seek to please people. It made me people please at some point in my life. Like I'll do things that I'm not okay with, but just so the next person knows that I am there.
Just to cover up the other stuff that's missing. Okay?
the other stuff that's missing. And I feel like, and I mentioned confidence.
Yes.
There's a point in my life where I never had the confidence to speak my mind. I never had the confidence to suggest anything.
Is it?
So if you ask me for suggestions, I'm like, no, I don't have anything. While list, I have suggestions in my
So
mind.
your level of confidence
It was very low.
was very
I
low.
also suffered from low self-esteem at
Okay.
some point. And like seeing all this just made me realize that there is a lot of healing that we need
That's
to go
needed,
through,
yeah.
that is needed. Like even me relating with a prospective wife in the
Yes.
future, I, to a degree, I had no confidence to even approach
You
her.
had to even approach a girl.
I'm like, look at me, and I can't approach a
Yeah.
girl. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, and
But how are you building, and how are you recovering, and how are you dealing with those kinds of setbacks? Are you still receiving help? Are you helping yourself? If you are helping yourself, what sort of methods are you using?
okay, currently I would say I'm partly helping myself and also
Sure.
getting information from on
As
like
well.
internet.
Oh,
Watching, I've been watching your videos.
You have been watching. Oh, that's good.
they've been very helpful, and I've
Okay.
also been watching other videos
Yeah.
to really understand what is a man, because like that has been my most biggest desire to find out
Yeah.
what does it mean to be a man. What is
Yeah.
a man?
Last time we spoke,
Yeah.
Caleb, we spoke briefly also about leadership.
Yeah.
I remember you posed a question to me after my talk. You know, what is leadership for me in my family? For you, how do you define it? Leadership from you and from your dad. If you had your kids today, I mean, what kind of teachings would you impart in them?
I will impart that leadership is not only knowing where to go
Okay.
or how to get there, but it's actually guiding. Like I remember in our interview,
Yes.
I mentioned that the analogy of a shepherd comes to mind.
Yes.
And whenever one leads, it's from a perspective of, I want to make you the best so you are able to attain the goal that is in front of you.
Yeah.
I want to equip you with the right things so that you may be able to attain what is in front of
like
you.
that.
And when you go about that, it's not like I put a task in front of you and like, just do it. No, I guide you through it. I'm like, okay, see, this step is 1, 2, 3.
process.
It's a process of doing this and this and this. And the goal here is not to just get it done, but allow it to work on you.
To work, yeah.
Let it work on you. And what we see with leadership is that there's a list of traits and characteristics that are
Yes.
needed. There's a lot of patience. There's a lot of patience needed. It's like a coach. You need patience when you're teaching something to someone.
Yeah.
You can't just say, you don't get it, okay, leave. You know?
Yeah.
But it's a process.
What's your take on the power and the value of social fathers as well as mentorship? And you and I were touching on this the other day, that perhaps we shouldn't shy away from the possibility of looking for those social and spiritual fathers
Yes.
from our churches, communities, social settings. What would you say the value of that is, especially for those young men like yourself that were lacking that present father in their lives?
The social fathers or mentors are very important.
Okay.
Because they really give you a broader perspective of life. They give you a broader perspective of anything that you could be going
Sure.
through. And really understanding that will like give you a platform to not only just become great, but become like, imagine a scenario where a bird is flying for the first time, right? Obviously, they, from what I've heard, it's like they jump out of the nest to stretch their wings, but once they're not able to fly, the bird, the mother bird comes and
Yes.
catches
Yeah,
them and
gotta
brings them
grab
back,
them. Yeah.
and brings them back, and that's an analogy of a mentor and a spiritual father or social fathers, is that they give you the ability to do things for yourself, but
Yeah.
yet they have the guidance helps you from actually falling into despair.
Yeah. Someone said on my social media page that when a social father is involved in a child's life, the real father gets jealous and then he wants to take his space.
Yeah.
I said, then that's good. That's good, because it's like seeing your ex-girlfriend or ex-wife that has got kids with you and kids that you had abandoned, and suddenly there's a stepdad, and then you try and push him away to take a space, but then do take a space.
Yeah.
So is there a social rework that we need to put out there to recondition society that actually stepdads and social fathers are necessary where the father is on the run or unavailable
Yeah.
or has passed. I mean, is there work that we need to do really to change the mindset of society on that?
Yes, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bringing society to the point that they need to understand that without a father figure in one's life,
Mm.
a boy doesn't know how to become a man.
Mm. Only a man can raise a man.
Only a man can raise a man. A boy cannot become a man without a father figure.
Mm.
And I want to just retouch on a point of leadership.
Sure.
It is from the point where the father himself has led himself.
Ah, fair. He needs to lead himself first.
Yeah, the father needs to lead him. The father needs to lead himself first in order to lead. Because how can I learn how to lead you if I've never led myself?
That's powerful.
And that is something I noticed being a youth leader. I was just asking myself, how can I lead these people if I don't know how leadership looks in my own life?
In my own life, yeah.
And
Did you find, sorry to interrupt you, did you find at some point that your father led leadership, self-leadership, if I may call it that, at some point?
Yes, at some point. Because I feel like it's not that we forget that we are leading people, but we forget that we need to lead ourselves.
First.
And
how did he turn the corner though? How did he reorganize himself and reprioritize everything in his life?
I believe he was able to do this by first and foremost taking discipline, like being disciplined. Like what I noticed is like he organizes his time based off of work, meetings, and everything.
So he prioritizes his passion,
everything, church, everything,
and everything. But and is there something? My previous guest, Moses Tabela, was talking to me that saying that sometimes we have to learn from our sons to be able to be better fathers and better parents. What do you think you taught him during this time? Now that you've begun to interact.
That is going to be one of the most difficult questions I could answer.
Okay.
But what I believe I began to teach him is that first and foremost, everyone is different.
Okay.
And no one
That's an important one.
Yeah, no one sees like you do.
Exactly. Even your kids are different.
Yeah. And another thing I would say the relationship brought to him is that wisdom comes from diligence.
Diligence. That's powerful. Please expand.
If I diligently work on my craft of speaking,
Sure.
I will become better at it and I'll have more wisdom to share. Same with being a father. I feel like we diligent in being a person who, a male figure who is parenting people, but not being a father. We're not diligent in being a father because like you need to understand the role in which you are assuming before you assume it.
Okay.
You need to understand, okay. And I feel like that's what this relationship is bringing us. It's bringing an understanding that I need to also be patient with the people I'm leading.
Because they're going through stuff.
And
sometimes they're going through stuff that you know nothing about.
True.
And parents are not very good with pouring what
true.
they're going through, and especially to their kids.
True.
Did you find a point when your father became vulnerable in front of you?
I feel like the only thing he was ever vulnerable about is winning souls.
Winning
souls, like
winning souls.
saving people. Giving people Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I feel like that's the only thing I've ever seen him cry about.
Serious?
But other than that,
so when you see someone healed because of him or because of his work, oh wow. Other than that, outside of the church work, you never saw him like say, "Listen, I'm sorry." Has he ever said, "I'm sorry" to you?
He has.
Okay.
In the past, when I was growing up, that was one thing you will never hear. Okay. But then as we kept on growing, he would say, "No, I'm sorry. I know that I did wrong here. I'm sorry." And when that happens, I feel it in my heart. You know, it's like, wow, he actually apologized.
It's an emotional thing.
It's an emotional, very emotional thing.
That's great. Now that you are in this space with him in terms of relationship, what lessons are you taking forward? Because I can imagine someday you're going to be a father
Yeah.
as well. I'm trying to think, Caleb, what is it that you're going to take away from your relationship with the father that you can use in your own family one day when you have your own kids?
One thing that I take away is that the number one priority in life is our relationship with God.
That's important.
That's very important.
That's the center stage.
Center stage, because when I explained that we preached together, we
Yes.
spoke about the confidence we have in our Father's ability on Father's Day.
Yeah.
And when
was this on Sunday? Last
yes,
Sunday.
that was on
Yes.
Sunday.
Yes.
And when we spoke about that, it made me realize that some of us are looking at our jobs, being a provider, being a protector first,
Yes.
instead of understanding that, wait, my relationship with God happens first. He teaches me what to do and how to go about my life.
Yeah.
He teaches me how to be a man,
Wow.
right? And from there, I can now be a man to my family, my wife, my kids. Then from my wife and my kids, then comes my assignment, what God has
Yes.
called me to do.
Your
But
purpose.
my
Yeah.
purpose,
Yeah.
and like understanding this, that family comes before purpose, because like
Yeah.
I've heard so many pastors, they put their purpose before their family and the family crumbles.
That's the wrong order.
That's the wrong order. It's first family, then the purpose.
Yeah.
Then after the purpose comes everything else.
How has your own spiritual journey shaped you to be a better man?
It, like on my quest of becoming a better man, I kept on like looking at Jesus,
Okay.
his life and everything that he would do. And there are moments where he is angry.
Mm-hmm.
There are moments where he is sad, he cries. There are moments where he asks his disciples to stay up with him. You can see his emotional
Sensitive
pain.
and emotional display was there.
Everything was there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why can't we do that as men?
Yes.
You know, and so my
Yes.
spiritual journey in that sense has been growing leaps and bounds, because
Yes.
I understand that being vulnerable is not being weak.
No. It's actually the opposite.
It's actually being strong. Like
Yeah.
I've heard a lady say that seeing a man cry makes me know that he's the strongest man I've ever been.
Yeah, he's willing to grow. And I was saying to Moses before this chat that actually when you are vulnerable and pouring your heart out as a man, you are displaying that you actually are willing to grow and be a better person.
True.
It's not the opposite. In contrary, though, a lot of people think that you're just displaying your weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd like to hear more, not today, to hear more about your journey with your dad, preaching together.
Yeah.
And how that is improving your bond, your relationship. What other things would you like to do with your dad just to improve the relationship between the two of you? Things that you can initiate yourself, other than preaching together.
I noticed my dad loves boxing.
Boxing.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's either we go watch a boxing game or we go boxing training together.
Oh, do the training together.
Yes. So
that creates bond. That's
that-
one thing that you like to do together.
yes, that is one thing I would love to do. with him.
Wow. I'm saying to you, if you're watching us and you are a son and you are a young man, you've listened to Caleb's story. I'd like you to maybe think about the lessons to take out from his story, because I think it's a powerful journey. And I want to say to you, don't give up. If your dad is prioritizing business, church, other things over family or over you, find a way to penetrate
Yeah.
into him and make him aware that you need him, because his presence, his leadership, his guidance is going to be important in your upbringing. And also make sure that relationships take two ways. So don't wait for him to reach out, and find a way to go there and make him aware that his presence in your life makes a difference. My friend, this is powerful. I'm going to make sure that you'll come back again and share these insights in the future.
I would love that.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.